in today's episode of 5 Scary Things Caught on Camera. Number 5. Our fifth video comes from the YouTube channel Paranormies. This time Jordan and Johnny took a trip to the haunted and abandoned farm that their subscribers had mentioned to them many times. After arriving, they both decided to walk around the building, and at the very beginning, they recorded something really chilling.
This place, all the glass is shattered and stuff.
So it's got to be that window?
It'd be that window, barn. Shine the light back here.
In the window on the second floor was a dark hand that we see for a few seconds and then disappear. Unaware of what they had just recorded, Jordan and Johnny walked in, and after that, this happened.
I'm gonna get the EMF going.
Oh yeah, I'll turn microphonic on.
Hello, is anybody in here with us?
Knock 3 times if you're in here with us.
You hear that?
Was that you? Or was it just the house?
I don't know. Oh, what the that?
It's a microphone.
Is anybody in here? It's a yep. Is anybody in here? It's a yep. What?
I heard something footsteps.
There it is.
That's definitely a knock.
Can you knock again if that was you? There it is. I'm gonna go check. Hang on. Oh man, it's so freaky.
After they ask if anyone is inside, they hear something upstairs, and the word yep emerged from the app. Then they heard knocking coming from the second floor, where no one was found. After that, Jordan sat in the bathroom blindfolded, and Johnny was walking around the room asking questions, and at one point, this happened.
Boy. Johnny,
Did you hear that? What was that?
I heard something.
It was this light bulb, dude.
A light bulb.
Look. Oh my god.
That wasn't already there?
No.
The light bulb falls to the ground next to Jordan, which is quite an unusual sight that can't be explained quite easily, but what happened next is even more harder to explain.
Here, take this camera. And I'll grab this camera. And then let's
Table tipping.
yeah, I kinda wanna just show
Is that what it's called?
it's called table tipping, yeah.
It is? Okay. I didn't know if it had like an official name or something.
Okay, yeah, so I kinda wanna set up a camera in that corner there, and I wanna set up a camera either in this corner or Stop.
Dude, what was that?
What? Jordan! Jordan!
What?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Where should we go, dude? I want to get out of here for a minute, dude. I don't want to go
Go
back
upstairs,
over
go
there.
upstairs.
Grab that light, grab that light. Oh man, my heart's beating.
Johnny decides to conduct an interesting paranormal experiment, which is called the table typing. But right before that, the table literally goes crazy and moves violently. And we also hear someone descending from the stairs.
Stop!
And other inexplicable sounds that scare them a bit, and they decide to leave this room quickly and go upstairs. After a moment of rest at the top, they went downstairs and turned on the application, which, like Kinect, detects silhouettes, and as you can guess, in one of the rooms they managed to record something.
Oh, whoa, look. Something in the window.
There's something in the
Right
window?
where the table flipped. Two, there was another one. If that's you, can you make a noise? We just want to communicate with you. We're just here to look around and don't mean any harm. My hands are shaking, dude.
There's two. There's definitely two.
And it doesn't make sense why this would be pulling something from the window. If anything, it would go on the window frame, not in the middle of the window. Get in here too. Oh, dude, my whole body is shaking right now.
My arms.
Are you the one that flipped the table over? Like it freaks me out. It's like, is this oh man, it's still there. It's freaking out. Look at that. There's nothing in the window.
There's nothing.
Oh my god.
I wonder, like, could it be, like...
And now it's gone by the window. So why is that? It's not there.
Yeah, maybe it went upstairs or something. Let's check upstairs.
Can you let us know where you are by making a noise? Oh man. That was nothing. Oh, right for a second, right by the window where she saw that thing?
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah. Oh, it scared me.
Oh my god.
It's sitting right where, kind of how we were sitting before, right against the wall. Look at this. Oh, it's gone now.
Oh,
You hear that?
something was...
Glass. Was that glass from right there where it was sitting?
Hello? You come, like, maybe it's not one thing, it's like two, maybe even three.
That's what I was thinking too. I was literally thinking the same thing, like maybe it's not one thing.
Oh man.
There it is, again in the same spot. In the same spot. As soon as you come up though, it goes away. There it is. By the window. Right by the window.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us your name? You can tell us quietly and we'll be able to hear it later. We just want to know your name and...
You can say it into my mic, you can say it into Johnny's mic. Looked like I was trying to walk towards us.
Before it was smaller and then it got bigger, like it was in the middle of the room. We just want to know why you're here and if you're stuck here and if there's anything we can do to help. It's still sitting there.
In the place where the table was turned over with a figure and even two, that are in the window, and at some point they disappear. Then they go to the second floor, where they also see a figure, but this time a smaller one, that looks like a child. Interestingly, the figure appears in the window, in which, at the very beginning, we saw a mysterious hand. A coincidence? Or maybe something more? Then, at the very end of the investigation, they decided to move to the barn, where something unexpected happened.
Can you tell us if necrophonic is real? And if it is, we want to know, did you flip that table? Is necrophonic real? So it sounded like it said. Whoa. What was that? That's what that was.
You throw a box and you say yes, you do the box.
So it sounded like it said.
Whoa.
What was that?
You make something else move.
Some object flies behind their backs, and then a box. But what's the scariest part is that we see all the time that no one could be there, and they were completely alone. So how or what threw them? Is this one of the best evidence for the existence of ghosts, poltergeist and shadow men? Or everything is hoax and we can explain it? The final decision is yours. Also, I highly recommended watching both episodes and visiting his YouTube channel Paranormies. Number 4. The next scary video comes from the YouTube channel MonsterFish5000. This video is from 2010, where we can see a strange humanoid figure.
Okay, dude, I swear, man, I saw something over there. He's got, like, I don't know, it looked like a man, but I don't know what the f it was. Just, I don't know, this thing doesn't pick up shit. No, fuck me. Fuck me. What the f? Oh, no, man. Let's get the f out of here.
At some point, one of them starts recording a figure dressed in black who approaches a street lamp with a strange, non-human face. After a few seconds, he turns towards them and disappears. What do you think about it? Real or fake? Decide, folks. Deep Web Video of the Week. If you have recorded something interesting or want to share a scary video with us, please send it to me by email. Number 3. Another video comes from the YouTube channel Travel Za, who went alone at night to an abandoned and old barn, from which he heard strange, inexplicable sounds. He decided to record this, and here's what he managed to record.
У меня в сарае какая-то тварюга сидит, непонятная. Вон, в том проеме. Сейчас вот буквально час назад выходил, никого не было. Сейчас вот вышел. И шумит кто-то непонятно. Эй! Эй! Тварь ебаная, блин. Эй! Господи, господи. А ну давай уходи оттуда, бегом. Какая-то... А ну бегом выходи, сарай. Эй, ты кто? Давай вылазь оттуда. Воу! Ой. Ты что там гремишь? Эй! Ну уходи бегом! Падла такая, а? Тварь, блять, а.
In the video we hear strange moans of something. Next, different items are thrown around the building, but also at some point we see a terrifying pale face between the planks more than once. So was it a real mysterious creature? Or maybe it's just a stupid hoax? You are the judges, folks, you decide. Number 2. Another disturbing video comes from the YouTube channel Alberto del Arco, which together with the team went to the abandoned ruins that was once part of a large farm that disappeared due to urban expansion. This exact area is said to be situated in the old cemetery, so ghosts are often seen here, and also many ghost hunters were here. After Alberto and his team began an investigation, at some point, while walking around the area, they noticed this.
¿Qué? ¿Qué? De este lado. De este lado, de este lado, de este lado. Ay. ¿Qué es esto? De este lado. De este lado, de este lado, de este lado. De este lado. De este lado, de este lado, de este lado. Ay. ¿Qué es esto? Es como una bruma. Como polvo. Algo se ha de haber caído, ¿no? Cuidado, 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 cuidado. ¿Te está atacando una abeja? Sí.
We see a strange white fog that has appeared out of nowhere. More strange, the fog that appeared is quite large, and I don't know how they could fake it. Then the team moved to one of the buildings, where they experienced something bizarre again.
Se fueron. ¿Siguen aquí? Mande. Cuidado, güey, cuidado, 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 cuidado. Fue ahí. ¿Fuiste tú? Fue ahí. ¿Fuiste tú? Fue ahí. Fue ahí. ¿Fuiste tú?
First, we hear a loud bang, and then in one of the rooms next door, we see a shadow. But what they managed to record next is even scarier. When Alberto contacts the session with the spirit box, we hear a clear scream of a child, and immediately after that, behind the operator's back, we see a white shadow resembling a child running from left to right. What do you think about it? Did Alberto and the crew record the real ghost on the camera more than once? Or maybe it was just a fog and everything can be explained rationally? Choose wisely, folks. Also, if you want to watch the full episode of this investigation, visit his YouTube channel Alberto del Arco. Number 1. The last video comes from the YouTube channel Outdoor Xiaolong, who together with a friend went to one of the abandoned buildings in China, and as usual, as soon as the exploration began, inexplicable phenomena began to happening around them. We can see some objects move, like spinning bike or door, but what happens to them next is chilling. At some point we see many doors moving and closing at the same time, which scares both of them. Also, this would be incredibly difficult to fake, but who knows. Then we see something pulling chair down the hall. They decided to check out that place, but that was not the end of the paranormal activity. In one of the rooms where there is no electricity with a flashing light that can be easily faked, but a TV in a building with no electricity that turns on is practically impossible to fake. Next, they were exploring room by room, and in a certain point, this happened. We hear screams from the opposite direction, and a strange shadow attacked one of them and dragged through most of the building. Xiaolong immediately runs to help him and finds him grabbing the handrail with his feet and hands. So, whether Xiaolong and a friend experienced a paranormal activity and recorded inexplicable phenomena on the camera, or was it a very well prepared hoax? Let me know in the comments below what do you think, folks. Also, if you want to watch the full episode, visit his YouTube channel Outdoor Xiaolong. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.